Yo, yo, yo. I can't walk. I don't have some cool intro, so let's just get to the start of the show. First, Chris Rock gets slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars, and now a little over a month later, Dave Chappelle gets tackled while performing on stage.
What kind of shit is that?
But this time the attacker didn't win an award, he got his ass kicked.
Damn!
Aspiring 23-year-old rapper Isaiah Lee, whose alias happens to be No Name Trapper,
because I spit hot fire,
managed to get on stage and somewhat tackle Dave Chappelle while he was performing at a Netflix special. Before Lee could do anything else, he was immediately subdued by who beat the shit out of him as they dragged his goofy ass off stage. I even think Jamie Foxx and Busta Rhymes snuck a couple of kicks in during the beatdown.
Whenever you're in trouble, Jamie Foxx would show up in a sheriff's hat. I seen Busta Rhymes on it, it's like, that's how you do it, God.
A replica of a gun with a knife attached to it was found in a bag Isaiah Lee brought to the show but didn't use when he tackled Dave Chappelle. He got charged with 4 misdemeanors which he pled not guilty to and could possibly serve a year in jail for the attack. In a search of sympathy for him, Isaiah Lee's people told the cops that he's homeless and has mental health issues.
Really? Really?
When I hear that someone has mental health issues, I just register the phrase as code for I will not be held accountable by anybody for my actions, so I'm not even gonna bother talking about that shit. However, I have to ask, how homeless is this guy if he can afford front row tickets at a Dave Chappelle show that was being recorded for a Netflix special? I don't know about you, but the homeless people I've met throughout my life aren't spending their money on tickets to stand-up comedy shows. They're spending their money on drugs.
And that's the truth, with some cheese on it.
there ain't no meatloaf between these buns.
Dave Chappelle wants to file felony charges against Isaiah Lee, but the courts are telling him that might not happen.
That's so very, very sad.
What makes matters worse is if Isaiah Lee is somehow found innocent, he could possibly sue Dave Chappelle because his used what some would call excessive force to escort his ass off the premises for committing the crime he's being charged for.
What kind of shit is that?
I hope that doesn't become the case because I know if I was rich, famous, and paying for to protect me from some idiot who tried to attack me, you better believe I'd want that son of a bitch to look like this when they were done with his ass too.
I know that's right.
I believe Isaiah Lee was clout chasing when he tackled Dave Chappelle because Dave makes jokes about transgender people.
I can't stop telling jokes about these things. I don't want to write these jokes, but I just can't stop.
I think his original plan was to stab Dave with the replica gun with the knife attached to it, but decided against it at the last minute.
Nigga, don't do that. That's 5 to 10.
Despite all of that, he still had to go through his plan to attack Dave because he borrowed or possibly even stole all that money to buy his ticket to the show. I bet he figured if he somehow hurt Dave, he would be considered a hero by the transgender community. Caitlyn Jenner would pay his legal fees and his rap songs would blow up on Spotify because of it.
Cole, you stupid.
With that being said, I have a couple of questions as to what happens next.
Like what?
Did Isaiah Lee actually help his rap career by getting his ass kicked by Dave Chappelle's security team? If you ask me, I would quickly tell you,
I don't think so, Tim.
because I heard the 2-minute long song he made back in 2020 titled Dave Chappelle as soon as I found out this nigga raps.
Like the kid, here go.
I'm left and rolled into the boat. I'm looking right to the vote. 3 million related to vote. My nigga been bitch be both.
Now to an old crippled bastard like me, that shit sounds
Terrible.
But then again, I have no clue as to what these kids find cool these days.
I don't even know anymore.
For all I know, this nigga could drop a song called Dave Chappelle's Security Team Kicked My Ass on Netflix and that shit could possibly blow up tomorrow. If it did, I could totally see an anthem for audience members against comedians passing judgment on society as this nigga's second single being called something like
We're not gonna take it.
featuring Will Smith verbally throwing more shots at Chris Rock.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
My second question is, does this mean comedians are gonna have to perform in penalty boxes like in hockey from now on? I already know some shit like this is gonna happen again because public sensitivity is at an all-time high and rising rapidly with each passing day. On top of that, it seems to me that more and more people are adopting an
I'm from the streets. bitch.
Mentality that can trigger them into doing violently strange things no matter where they are. I saw a video a couple of years back of a fight that broke out among family members at fucking Disneyland. The fact that people can find an excuse to put hands on each other at what's supposed to be the happiest place on earth has forced me to lose a lot of my faith in humanity since I saw this shit.
Tragic.
If people are gonna dismiss Isaiah Lee's actions due to mental health issues, how difficult could it really be for some other jackass to attempt to succeed where Lee failed?
You're too close, man. You're too close.
I'm just saying stand-up comedy is gonna look very different when comedians are forced to do their act with 6 niggas dressed up like the Men in Black following them around on stage the entire time. Resorting to violence over some shit that was said that happens to offend you does
Absolutely nothing.
to change the minds of those who have a difference of opinion from your own.
Amen.
It's like trying to have Kit, the car from the TV show Knight Rider, destroyed because it doesn't like minorities. The CPU inside of Kit would still be racist no matter how much damage was done to the car.
Puerto Ricans are lazy, Michael.
There's a large portion of the audience, myself included, who don't mind if comedians break our balls because we have no problems with laughing at ourselves. If you know or have been told that you're a highly sensitive person who's easily butthurt by jokes, then I believe you should never attend another stand-up comedy show again, because we don't need people like you to ruin an experience that we all paid a lot of fucking money to enjoy.
And that's all I have to say about that.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, please subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section below.
Peace. I'm Audi 5000.
Those who wish to follow me, I welcome with my hand. Thank you for being a friend.
And those are my thoughts for this video. But then again, what do I know? I'm just an old crippled bastard. Ooh, 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 ooh. I ain't too proud to beg for your money, so like, share, and subscribe.